Hi there. Wanted to bring y'all along with me on hydro dipping this in a small space. This is just my gallon pitcher that I used to use to feed my chickens. It's just in the bottom of the cabinet. This will be perfect for anybody who maybe is limited on space or just can't manage a bigger receptacle, whatever you want to call it. So I have this cup that I made months and months ago. Haven't been able to decide what I want to do with it. So we're going to do some Maribu Easy Marbles. I did not fill this up because it's going to displace. If you wanted to be real technical, you could figure out exactly how much you needed to remove, but I'm not there. I've got it warm. It's not hot water. It's not cold water. It is literally ice and freezing outside. And it's like 50 something right here just because I've had my heater on for 3 hours. So this is another option for people that just don't have the access to do in nicer weather. So anyways, here we go. I've got this sanded. It's not perfect, but for what we're using this for and what we're doing, it's all right. So I've got my marbles shaken up pretty good. We're going to use turquoise, which I feel like is dark enough. It should stand out on this pretty good. Aubergine, however you pronounce that, and antique silver. I had gray, but I'm hoping this metallic will kind of really set it off. I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off of each of them. The weather yesterday and today, Texas is not okay. By the time I'm posting this, it's long gone, but this is not for us. We don't do well. All right, I'm going to put a little napkin over here just so I can kind of drip over that. Let's go up a little bit more. Okay, I think that'll do it. So I'm just going to do drip, drip, drip. Ooh, that's pretty. Don't use a receptacle that you are worried about saving or cleaning or anything like that. As you can see, this is very clearly take 2. I got interrupted in the last one and had to set my cup all the way down in there. And that's not what I had intended. But I did discover the antique silver was definitely too dark. So this time I'm putting on a glove because I was not thinking. I've got to be able to swirl the top to get the paint so that when you pull the cup back out, you aren't just collecting all of the remaining paint onto your surface there. But this cleaned right back off with acetone and a paper towel. So I did decide I want a lot more purple. It was so pretty. The gray was just way too dark for what I'm trying to achieve. I wish I had a clear. That would be kind of cool because that would help me break this up a little bit. But that's okay. We do a little swirl here. Kind of break it up, make it really pretty there. And go in at a little bit of an angle if possible. And twist. Taking that off of the surface there. I probably just picked up some of the excess paint, but that's okay. I just kind of changed that a little bit. It's going to be really pretty once it dries. And then we'll put like a little something right there. That's pretty. Your options are wide open on that combo. Your base glitter, your colors on here. Obviously, if I had a bigger receptacle or bucket or whatever, I could have gotten it to spread out a little bit more and kind of gone in at a whole different angle. But I wanted to demonstrate what your options are when you don't have access or the ability to use a 5-gallon bucket. So yeah, it's pretty. Let's go put something on it. Okay, I'm ready for my vinyl now. This looks almost black. That purple just really got dense right there. which is fine. I don't mind it at all. But since it kind of reminds me of a storm, I'm not sure why. Who knows? I got an SVG because I'm not good at designing. I've admitted that many times. Right there. Stronger than the storm. That can be applied in so many different things. You know, illness, everything. I just thought that was very, very appropriate for that look. Like I mentioned earlier, you wouldn't want to do the hydro dip that I just did on a bigger cup in such a small container. But for what I needed to do with this, it was good. Had I had a bigger container, I could have spread that out more. I could have gone in at that different angle. But I wanted to show what the option was when you're limited like that. So I'm happy with it. So let's put this on here. Got my cradle here. It's very clearly crooked right now. And I've got this one really good open spot right there before it kind of starts getting into the dip there. So let's put it right there. This base, I don't think I mentioned this earlier. This is a Feather Bear glitter. I think it's teal. I know it's not Betty Davis because that's purple. I'm pretty sure it's like a teal of some sort. I'll put it in the description once I go and find it. I'll put it in the description so that I can show you what it is. I don't have very many colors from Feather Bear. I just have a handful. And you'd think I would know what that was, but I do not. All right. Put this on here. Voila. I went with the purple base with the black instead of vice versa because I felt like it would pop a little bit more. I did make my offset just a little bigger than I intended for the look I was going for, but I still really like it. It's what I had in mind as I was putting it together. I just intended on a little bit more black and a little less purple. So maybe if I make another one similar, I will invert the two. But I felt like I wanted the black as the lettering. So I found what I was looking for. Teal Frost. I knew it had teal in the name, but I could not remember. So that is what the base is. And then the two colors I used for the hydro dip, even though that does look like black, it is not. It's just this concentrated. So aubergine. I am actually not sure how to say that word. I've always said aubergine. And then turquoise. Just easy marbles that I got in one of my friend's subscription boxes a while back. Then the vinyl, basic Oracle black. And I'm betting that in English that's violet, but I'm not positive, to be honest. Just from Michael's. So now I'm just going to put some UV resin over that, just so I don't have to worry about it lifting, especially with the thinner vinyl there. Little UV resin, nice and thin to hold it in place. Epoxy, and we're done. I like it a lot. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.